For years, Tesla's problem wasn't technology, it was price. Elon admitted it himself. People want Tesla, they just can't pay for it. Now that's over. The Model Q launches at $18,590, undercutting the $26,500 Chevy Bolt by $8,000 while delivering 300 miles of range and tech from the $88,000 Plaid. Tesla claims new manufacturing cuts cost 50%. But here's what nobody's asking. At this price, who loses? Legacy automakers or Tesla's own profit margins? Let's break down the real numbers. Let's start with the number that changes everything. $18,590. That's not just the Model Q's price. It's the point where electric vehicles stop being a premium choice and become the obvious one. Toyota Corolla starts at $22,000, Honda Civic at $23,000. Both need gas, oil changes, and depreciate fast. The Chevy Bolt EV, Tesla's closest electric competitor, costs $26,500 with only 259 miles of range. Nissan Leaf? $28,140 for a mere 212 miles. Tesla just undercut every single one by at least $8,000 while delivering over 300 miles per charge. This isn't competitive pricing. This is strategic destruction. But the question nobody's asking is simple. How does Tesla make money at this price? Because at $18,590, even with tax credits, the margins look impossibly thin unless they've cracked something fundamental about EV manufacturing. The answer lies in the motor. Tesla's using the same carbon wrap technology that powers the $88,490 Model S Plaid. This motor spins at over 20,000 RPM compared to traditional motors capped at 12,000 to 15,000 RPM. Higher revolutions mean more power from a smaller, lighter unit. The Plaid hits 60 miles per hour in 1.99 seconds with this tech. Now it's in a $19,000 car doing 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. That's 41% faster than the $39,995 Ford Mustang Mach-E at 5.1 seconds. You're getting performance that embarrasses cars costing twice as much. Carbon fiber wrapping prevents the rotor from expanding under extreme centrifugal forces, which means it runs cooler, lasts longer, and converts energy more efficiently. Traditional motors lose power to heat and friction. Tesla's design minimizes both, boosting range by reducing energy waste. This isn't incremental improvement. It's physics working in Tesla's favor. But carbon-wrapped motors are notoriously expensive to produce. Tesla claims their AI-driven automation cut manufacturing costs by 25%, dropping failure rates to 7.5% compared to the industry standard of 10%. Machine learning monitors 10,000 data points per second during production, adjusting tension and alignment in real time. That's the difference between a motor that lasts 500,000 miles and one that fails at 100,000. Still, even with automation, putting Plaid-level tech in a budget car is a massive engineering gamble. Either Tesla's losing money to capture market share, or they've achieved a cost breakthrough competitors can't replicate yet. If it's the latter, legacy automakers just fell a decade behind. Manufacturing tells the rest of the story. Tesla calls it unboxed manufacturing, assembling the car in modular sections rather than a traditional assembly line. Parts come together in independent stations, then integrate at the final stage. This reduces factory floor space by 40% and cuts production time in half. Giga Texas can now complete a Model Q in under 24 hours compared to 3 to 4 days at conventional plants. The centerpiece is the Giga Press, a massive machine that casts large aluminum body sections in one piece. It replaces over 70 separate parts and hundreds of welds. One press, one part, exponentially faster. Tesla also deployed their Optimus humanoid robots on production lines. Early data shows they handle repetitive tasks 60% faster than humans with sub-millimeter precision. This isn't distant future tech. It's operational right now in Texas and Berlin. The risk is equally massive. If a gigapress breaks, the entire line stops. Tesla rebuilt their manufacturing process from scratch, betting everything on this system working at scale. Traditional automakers tweaked existing factories. Tesla demolished the old model completely. It's high risk, high reward, and there's no middle ground. Production targets are aggressive, 10,000 units per week by mid-2025 from Giga Texas alone, translating to 520,000 annually. Add Giga Berlin at 200,000 and Giga Shanghai at 100,000, and Tesla's aiming for over 800,000 Model Q vehicles in year one. They've never scaled a new model this fast. The Model 3 took 3 years to reach consistent output. Can they do it in half that time? Battery strategy is where Tesla made their boldest move. The Model Q uses lithium iron phosphate cells instead of lithium-ion. LFP batteries cost 20 to 30% less to manufacture and last over 1 million miles with minimal degradation. Nissan Leaf owners report significant battery fade after 100,000 miles. Tesla's chemistry avoids that entirely. But here's the hidden advantage. Tesla's recycling old battery packs from Model S and Model X vehicles. Research confirms recycling cuts production costs by another 20 to 30%. Tesla's already using recycled nickel and cobalt in new cells. They're creating a closed-loop system where old batteries become new cars. That's not just cost savings, it's a compounding advantage. Every year, more batteries enter the recycling stream, making the next generation cheaper to produce. Competitors buying virgin materials can't match that cost structure long-term. Now let's address what Tesla removed to hit $18,590. You get a 10-inch touchscreen instead of 15 inches. Manual seat adjustments instead of powered controls. Basic autopilot without full self-driving, which costs $15,000 extra. Interior materials are recycled plastics and eco-friendly fabrics, not leather. To some, that sounds like compromise. But Deutsche Bank found 73% of buyers under $30,000 prioritize range and reliability over luxury features. The Model Q delivers 300 miles, charges from 10 to 80% in 20 minutes on a supercharger, and costs roughly $400 annually in maintenance versus $1,200 for gas vehicles. Over 10 years, you save $12,000 to $15,000 in fuel and upkeep alone. Tesla didn't cut corners. They cut noise. They strip features most people don't use and double down on what actually matters. Total cost of ownership. This creates a domino effect across the industry. Ford delayed their $25,000 EV to 2027. GM's Equinox EV at $34,995 suddenly looks overpriced. Volkswagen's ID.3 costs $40,000 in Europe and can't match Tesla's range or charging speed. Even BYD, which dominates China with $20,000 to $30,000 EVs, faces direct competition if Tesla hits their production targets. The math becomes brutal for gas cars. Why buy a $22,000 Corolla costing $12 per 100 miles in fuel when an $18,590 Tesla costs $5 per 100 miles to charge? At that point, internal combustion isn't just outdated, it's financially irrational. Elon already hinted at even cheaper models using this platform. If there's a $15,000 Tesla by 2027, gas vehicles become unsellable except to collectors. But delivery is everything. Tesla's supply chain depends on massive LFP battery shipments from suppliers like CATL. What happens if demand exceeds capacity? What if GigaPress machines face unexpected downtime? Or Optimus robots can't handle real-world factory complexity at scale? Tesla's betting on unproven technology working flawlessly under extreme volume pressure. Early polling shows 68% interest among budget buyers, but interest doesn't equal sales. If quality suffers or production misses targets, the Model Q becomes a cautionary tale instead of a revolution. Tesla's staking their reputation on execution, and there's zero margin for error. Yet the Model Q forces a fundamental reckoning. For 15 years, legacy automakers claimed EVs were too expensive for mainstream buyers. Tesla just proved that was either a lie or incompetence. If a 300-mile EV with supercar acceleration can be built for $18,590 in 2025, it was always possible. Ford, GM, and Toyota simply chose not to do it, protecting their profitable gas businesses instead. Now they're trapped. Match Tesla's price and cannibalize their own sales, or surrender the entry-level market entirely. When electric is cheaper up front, cheaper to run, faster and cleaner, what argument remains for gas? That's not a business model. That's extinction. Here's the answer. Tesla isn't losing money at $18,590. They rewrote manufacturing. Carbon wrap motors, unboxed production, and battery recycling cut costs by 30 to 50%. Ford and GM can't match this because they're using outdated factories. The Model Q proves EVs are now cheaper than gas cars to buy and operate. When a Tesla costs less than a Corolla with 300-mile range, the debate ends. The real test is execution. Can Tesla build 800,000 units in year one without issues? If yes, this becomes America's bestseller. If not, competitors get one last chance. What's your prediction? Will Model Q outsell the Corolla by 2026? Comment below. If this helped you understand the EV shift, hit like. Subscribe to Tesla Zone for deep analysis on every Tesla move, and turn on notifications for production updates and whether Tesla delivers on these promises. The $18,590 revolution just started. Let's see who survives.